Biafrans reject the global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of the own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I touched me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I touched me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But if I would you go like a Papa Nuku, oh, them they will go near me tell you what I look on the walk on the Samiro, me tell you what I did. Oh, we just follow the rest of and I tell you what I did. Me never give up, me tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
And I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes for other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart. Forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali, 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 Mali.
hustle for freedom, and they pay the debts for a freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They pay the ultimate price. They die for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen hero. Onitsha massacre, Iwacha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen hero. Onitsha massacre, Iwacha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Na wana na mose vive na kiti enwe. Na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Otibe kuona tulane bovo. Imalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule. Dani mona tunilu. Na ya kalakala kwa lerinu ngwangulu. Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Mama abulezi okwenu. Na bakala kelwego nezi enwe. N'ụbọchị akala kelwego n'odezi. Maka na ababa n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi. Ụmụ Biafra kụnye nwe. Ụmụ Biafra kụnye merụ. Ụnanụkwana igbo n'ọnụ ụlọ mọnọ n'ezi bịa kere nwe. Ọnọ n'enu lila tọnọ na ndagwurugwu senyi tọnọ n'ugwu ụgbọ na-ataghị. Ka anyị were ofu obi wee nataba n'ụba anyị o. Maka na njụkọ n'ụwa milion wee gba ọfụfụ ma ha bụrụ eziokwu enyi. N'aka ndị kwọta mmiri ka ịgba gwajasi enyi ka ka ezu ezu ọpa bụrụ ebe wee lụta mmanụ. Ụmụ Biafra kụnye enu. Ka anyị were ofu obi wee nataba n'ụba anyị. Maka na ofu obi agbaka mma o. Na anụgo n'ụwa enyi. Biafra na mekele unu niile. Nke a bụ nke anyị. Nwa adeti na ijele nwanyị bịa kene m. Ọkwa gị bụrụ okwu ekele n'afa ndị otu Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. Nke ọ dị na nwata chi eze amụ n'obi bụ onye iwere ya. Wesị ya kene arụ gị o. chukwu Ikemba one of Biafra land mmọnwụ be m Odogwu na-ele kala ya dike Nwafọ ndị Igbo jiri dị ebube bịa n'ebe ichebele mmọnwụ be m Ebụzikwa odogwu eji mara Igbo niile Odogwu eji mara Biafra bịa Kedumegwu Chukwu Papa gị si ekene lụgị Filipu Effiong Abụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ya ekunye na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo n'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na ele Papa gị si ekene lụgị onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ebe dike Amadike Biafra bịa
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Ọkwa gị bụ ofe onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ anwụ n'isi
accused from my case and cannot try my case.
Amadike
There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not
Amadike
know.
bụ mmanwụ ndị
It is
iro
my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you.
Emekene gị
Today, because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I
N'isi
sent a
ekene
petition to
lụgị
NJC
Biafra
about it.
COS Dr. Ngozi Ọrabueze bịa keneli o
Is using
Abụzikwa
her
oke nwaanyị
position
gị ka
for
bụ na
personal
akpọ
gain.
n'ama
For personal gain.
Ada Biafra n'ite ọtọ
Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges.
Ezinne m obi ụmụ ya bịa ngwa ngwa
They told them.
Nwoke dị na nwaanyị bịa n'ụlọ
That if they
unu
complete me, this is what happens.
Isi ike n'ụmụ Biafra kwụ gị n'azụ
Nobody wants to do
maka na akwụdola eze ochie n'elu ụwa ịmalụ gị elu
That's the problem.
na gidigidi bụ ugwu eze ọma bụrụ eziokwu
They sent her to my case.
Akwa gị si ike kenelu gị ndị Biafra gọọmenti niile ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ unu mwe ọnụ wee kene unu jisinu ike na Chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ume maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ gị enu eyi jisienu ike Ekenelu m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu ndị ejezọ Biafra land bịa kenenu the great oracles of Biafra na nanụ unu ọnụ wee kene unu n'ama na nụnụ jisi ike n'ọrụ Chukwu ya gba unu ume ụmụ Chukwu ụmụ Chukwu enu asị ekenelu ya the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Eba abụzikwa ọbata obi otu eliri ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ anụ nganga mpiote mgbe wile nna m mmiri na-arị ugwu bịa kudu akọ mmiri na-akwa n'onu mmụọ na-akpụ akpụ bịa keneli ọdọgịrị dị m osefuru ndị ilo bịa n'ụlọ n'onwe makwale n'aka ose dị mma n'anya mgbe eji mụ agụ ka onye ilo si n'ọdịrọ nkasị onye ilo ya tinye isi onye ilo wee walasọ abụzikwa nwe ọbata obi ihe ọgada gidi dike bịa n'ụlọ mgbe eji ekwela n'ihe onyinye Chukwu nyere ndị Biafra na n'ụlọ Luna Bekenege. I say, Mona, I didn't your Friday, then I'm more. I say, no, I didn't know, then I'm. Madanya na bono mweno utela nyiwelien. Madanya na bono nudonu no mwe. Makana mbona boke kwena bonike. Moya na no moya no. No be voye de beline de no wama believe emeleme. A good legacy will last forever, ma believe emeleme. And in remembrance of my bless you.
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu kikabia mapurumi ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọbụladị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ana ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube n'ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpụ isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it.
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism, people feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, then perhaps it is better we all perish. They don't ever consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see it.
And I said before I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately, because I didn't want to speak to them. They sent all Jews of Cairo to come to me. First to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon. The promises came. The vice president. Anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife, you better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Wow. Anything you want.
And I said, no. That what I want is a referendum to determine if you good people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra. They said no. And Sibaja tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually. And Ohaneze hijacked it. I went to see Nia Wode in his house. We sat down, had lunch together. And I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Wode very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is fact, ask him. Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Asorok because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Asorok? He said it is for Igbo leaders. And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them. Hadn't Nyawodo remained with me, when the governors called me, I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabeze. They said, oh, but Nwodo, Soludo, Ebremad is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government House Enugu. The former DSS director came with his bags of money in euros, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in Government House in Enugu. I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency. Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain this very effort we're making? So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Are these things difficult?
No. They are not difficult.
As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Asorok if your friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away. Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping, saying if you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything. I'm going to Haina Gabiga, you won't believe it. That we are here by the grace of Elohim, not by any of our strength, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra referendum or even USA? The people that the ambassador knows are the governors, or maybe Hanese. Did you people not hear that British government went to Biafra land when I was in prison? Oh my goodness. The British High Commissioner was touring everywhere. When they wanted to kill me, went to Obi of Onitsha and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the US government been to Enugu? They go to Ohaneze. I saw, I don't want to say it. They went to Ohaneze and the governor. They asked them, what do you want? Oh, leave those rascals, leave them. miscreants. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join IPOB to do Biafra, isn't it? Did he complete what he said? No. Is he doing what he said he's going to do? No. And you want me to work with these people? It's not going to work. I say, and I'm attached to everything I do, I say it in the open. Not gossip. And those that spoke to Uche, I am going to Chicago to broadcast live to the whole world and tell them they're in trouble. I've told them every time they contributed to IPOB will be announced for the world to hear. Tell them there'll be no hiding place for gossipers, in as much as I'm concerned, because I know what I've committed to this very movement. Not that I'll become Biafra president. No. So that I can take Nemeka and Nnabikem back to the land of his ancestors. To that same land that Chukwu Kabiyama said, you people must be here. And then my Mariano. I'm fighting for Biafra that we may be free. Thank you. Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. As one brother wrote very eloquently, he said there are saboteurs everywhere, that every ethnic group have their own saboteurs, but there is something special about an Igbo sabo. that an Igbo saboteur is a special breed altogether. That his own sabo is spiritual saboteur. What drives him or her, he or she wouldn't know. If they try to be like you and they cannot be like you, the next thing is envy. And another thing is, what do I do to bring him down to my level? They're going to sabotage. That's the way they are. It's in their nature. Nobody can take that away from an Igbo man. It's how they are. That's how they are wired.
I want to make it very clear this evening that those who align with the Nigeria government to undermine the legitimate interests of Biafra people, especially in the liberation phase of Biafra, we are not going to allow them to have peace within Biafra territory, because they are aligning with the enemy who killed our people and commit genocide in our land. And what they do is to fight against our common interest. We should not and can never be remorseful. We are going to deal with them decisively by uprooting those individuals who, by the pen, approve the invasion of Biafra land and making it possible for the Nigeria terrorist security agencies to lay siege on Biafra soil. Regardless of their status, we don't engage later after Biafra has gotten its independence. The idea of the struggle, of the face of this struggle at this point, is to liberate Biafra holistically.
Because if we don't do it now, it may undermine the development of Biafra when we go into the second phase of the civil war, with the internal civil war after Biafra independence. And we cannot allow that to happen. We have the potential to develop at the fastest rate, more than any country in the world. These people must be driven out of Biafra land and never to set their foot on Biafra soil.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name. State administrators, those that feel they do not want to follow the path of Obatopie, we also welcome them to quietly and peacefully leave the United States of Biafra. Biafra promotes freedom of association. You are free to go with whomever you want to be with. That is a basic right. We are not going to take it away from you. You are free to associate yourself with whom you want to. But what we are not going to allow is being able to disrupt what we are doing. Being able to use the platforms established by Obotobia to promote your chaos and your divisive nature. Allowing you to use the plans, the maps, the regions that Obatobia has set up to continue to disorganize, disinform our people. We are not going to allow you to do that. But as long as you following whoever calls you on the phone privately, it is okay to go with those individuals.
And Biafrans, we truly support you to do that. That is called freedom of association, which United States of Biafra guarantees. There are charters that we signed during our declaration in Finland. And one of that is the basic human right of individuals to associate with whomever they want to. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra. Under one command, His Excellency the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, represented by my humble self, Dr. Robweze. Anything outside this, we wish you luck, but please leave any platform that either myself or Obatobia has established. You can inquire from whoever you want to be with. They have their own platform. They have where they are doing their own little shenanigans. You can join them there. We wish you luck, but do not be in the platform established by the United States of Biafra and be causing your havoc. On that note, I thank all the state executives that are working day and night to ensure that we all go home by the end of this year. We thank all the Biafra Defense Forces, again, the decentralized forces and some of the units that have been there. We thank you for the coordination. We thank you for what you are doing to gradually move the state of a nation with all the discipline, with all the respect, with all the dignity associated with the United States of Biafra military. That is what this new nation is working on. On that note, I thank all Biafrans that are present here, all the state representatives, all the country representatives. And I want to quickly recognize all the Biafran secretaries and the Biafra cabinets. I'm going to start with...
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. Wherever you are joining from, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. Please like and share the program to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to everyone that is close to you. Make sure you invite someone to join us this weekend. I wish you all a very happy weekend. It is a very beautiful weekend. Once again, we have made it to another weekend. It is a thing of joy. It is not everybody that started the last weekend we are able to carry to this weekend. More especially our brothers and sisters back home. So many of them who were with us last week are not here today. And that is the situation. So we thank Chukwu Kabiama for making it possible for us to make it today. I appreciate everyone that have logged in either on Facebook, on TikTok, or you are joining me on David Harper channel where I'm hosting the program. I appreciate you and I welcome you. For the sake of those that are joining us for the very first time and those who are going to come across our video for the very first time. This platform where you're watching this program is a platform that stands with the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoki, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, that is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to attack any group. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform strictly is to preach the gospel of Biafra, the gospel of freedom, to speak for humanity. As long as you are human and you are genuinely seeking for freedom, you are welcome. The only thing that qualifies you to join us here, if you wish to join us, is to be a human being. As long as you're human, you have your conscience, you can join us on this program. Remember, each time when we come for this program, it is always an interactive section. A section where we interact with the world and tell the world what is going on in Biafra land. So this weekend, if you want to join us on today's Hard Talk, as always, please try to come to David Harper channel on YouTube. Click the link on the comment section and you will be in here. Join me on the program. It is a weekend program. You know, weekend, every Saturday is a special Saturday for us because it's a day also that we gather to raise funds for the United States of Biafra, to raise funds to defend our land, a humanitarian fundraising to support the cause of Biafran freedom. That is what it is today. And we do that every Saturday. Every Saturday, we engage in a humanitarian fundraising. So wherever you are as a Biafran friends, supporter of freedom, join us today, 7 p.m. Biafran time. 7 p.m. Biafran time. Make sure you are there to join us on the fundraising. So on today's morning program, we are not going to take much time. We are going to try to round it up as early as possible so that we can have more time to prepare ourselves for the fundraising that is coming forward, because most of us are going to be on the fundraising. It is very important that all of us will be there to do what we have to do as we have all agreed. There is no one that is sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. The restoration of Biafra is not sponsored by any country, not by any company, but by Biafrans, you and I. The sponsorship of our freedom is in our hand. Many countries have done it in the past and they succeeded. First of all, you can say about the Jews. The Israelis sponsored their own freedom. Even with all the troubles, challenges, and blackmail, propaganda, and sabotage, they were able to make it. And today they have the strongest nation in the world. So we are doing the same thing, following the same pattern to restore our own country, so that nobody will come tomorrow and say he gave us Biafra or he did this or that. The Biafran people are doing it themselves, collectively, making their donations on daily basis, making their donations on fundraising every Saturday. So wherever you are at this moment, please feel free to go to the link at the, for the fundraising and make your donation. Make your donation. Don't wait until that very hour or that very time of fundraising. You can go at any point in time, at any minute, any time you wish. Just go there and make your donation. And on the time of fundraising, you can just come online and then you make the announcement if you so desire. If you do not want to make it open, it is also left for you. But make sure you are part of that fundraising. No amount is too small. Every contribution is needed because it is going to go a long way to do a lot of jobs. When we are talking about recognition and defense of Biafra land, you cannot do that without finance. Finance is important. That is why some people, when they come, they say, we are talking about money, every time, money. Every time, freedom. As long as you're talking about freedom, you must talk about money, because money answers all things. There is no way you can pursue your freedom effectively without finance. Money is needed in all aspects of this restoration of Biafra, in the lobbying, in the protection of Biafra land, the security of Biafra land, the Liberation Army of Biafra, to equip them, which is where most of us are laying our concern, because the terrorists are taking over our land, both those in uniform and off uniform. So we must equip our military on the ground to be able to protect our land. We know the force that is coming against them, what they are using to come. They are not coming with double barrel. They're not coming with just a simple gun or wooden gun or machete. They are coming with strong weapon, AK-47 and machine guns. That is what they are coming with. And if we want to match them on self-defense, we will match them with equal measure that they are bringing. And I bet you it will cost money. It will cost money. Some of you in those days when Biafrans, when our Prime Minister was here, there was a lot of pressure, do this and do that. The same pressure to Mazen Nandekano, do this and do that. And today, you are mounting pressure. Some Dr. Ngesa do this and that. And all these things cannot happen without finance. They can't happen without finance. The consultation, lobbying section, the lobbying that's going on, Prime Minister announces that it's being paid, they are being paid $10,000 every month. And today, after the declaration, we have private lobbies and so many other lobbies have been increased. And reaching out to other countries, sending out letters, sending out delegates to other countries, all this cost money. So when you hear us announcing about the fundraising, it is not for fun. You are not donating to Dr. Ngozi Oroboeze, neither are you donating it to Mazi Simon Ekpa or Mazi Nandekam. Your donation is for your security, for your future, for your generation unborn. So try as much as possible to join us today and make your contribution for the restoration of the United States of Biafra. No single person can do it alone, except we gather together, put our hands together. That is the only way we can be able to overcome. Thank you. So today we have come once again. It's the weekend, and the topic we chose today says the land of Biafra must be defended, and our identity is Biafra, not south, east, or south, south. Our identity is Biafra, and we must be bold to claim our identity and also defend our land. Before we go fully into the program, most of you must have seen yesterday the case of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, as he promised that he will be in the front line to fight. Today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in the front line in enemy's territory, and he's fighting for your freedom, for my freedom. You and I know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not held in DSS because of any crime he committed for himself. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not held by DSS by any business he did, or because as a result of the business he did, or whatever he did. No. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is held in DSS because he's asking for your freedom, for my freedom. Because he is asking that Biafra should be allowed to take their decisions. Because he's asking that you should be given that opportunity to have a say in your own life. That is why they are holding him. As he promised to be in the front line today, he's in the front line fighting for you and I. And we must not look back. Yesterday have come and gone. Even before the court case, we already know what is going to be the answers, their response. And we know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has no case. They only continue to detain him as long as they want. Just as our Prime Minister explained, that's in their system. It is not that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu committed a crime. When you check the situation surrounding the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the kidnap, the attempt to take his life, you will find that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. And the Nigerian government, in their accusation, has no jurisdiction to try him because the said offense was committed outside. The brokers they are claiming that he made was outside Nigeria. So they have no right to try him as something that was done outside Nigeria. And yet, they continue to maneuver, twist it, and continue to look for a means to continue to detain him. So, if you have watched the program of our Prime Minister, which I played, he said they can detain him for as long as they want. They can detain him for as long as they want. And that is why they have been detaining him, seeking for one excuse or the other to detain him, until we got to this point where we said enough is enough. Let's hear them after all, whatever they have to say, and get it waived. So finally, the case was called up yesterday, and the cross-examination of the counsel was done. Many of us followed the event. Some of us missed the events. Some of us could not be able to follow. So I am going to play some extract from that yesterday's events so that we can be able to draw a conclusion and see what the resolution is yesterday. That will also help us to be in check and keep us updated and wait for the next time when it's going to come on court. For those who were not following up yesterday, so you can just listen carefully and get the summary of what transpired yesterday. Let's just have the summary from their own conventional media, how they reported it. We go with their media, how their own media reported it. So let us go with the report of their media on how it went yesterday. Let's watch.
We started our cross-examination today, and for hours and I guess we have made progress. We're getting there. The matter is set down for Tuesday, the continuation of cross-examination, and of course for new other witnesses. We believe, like you said last week, we're making progress. Israel is going on in a very congenial atmosphere, and we believe that we'll get there.
What is the difference between the
No. We have said enough. Let's go. Let's go. Please.
Those people you saw here are the council of Mazen Nandekano. That is Mazen Nandekano Council, led by Agabi, the person that spoke, senior advocate Agabi. That was the first person that spoke, and you heard him explaining the information they need to pass to the media. And when they ask for that, they refuse to respond. As we speak, Mazen Nandekano had about 2 senior advocates in his council with other council. Remember, Aloy Ijmako is the special counsel of Mazen Nandekano also. So that was it. Let's also hear from another part of it and be able to get this information right.
The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, is back at the Federal High Court Abuja for his trial in a case of alleged terrorism leveled against him by the federal government. Mr. Kanu, who is all smiles, is received by his defense team. Present in court also are his family members. At the last hearing, the trial judge had approved an accelerated hearing of the case, and he kept to his words, just as the counsel to the federal government, Adegboyega Awomolo, called its first witness, a DSS officer, who testified behind the screen. This, according to him, is due to the nature of the case and for security reasons. The first witness of the federal government, with code name PWAAA, says he led the team that arrested Kanu at a hotel in Lagos on the 14th of October 2015, and the room where he was arrested looks like a broadcasting studio. Mr. Kanu, who claimed to be in the struggle to make life better for people, admits setting up Radio Biafra as a communication engineer. He, however, admitted not having a license to operate a radio station in Nigeria, which is a crime, but defends his action, saying he knows that if he applies, it won't be granted. In Mr. Kanu's statement, he further admits to fighting for emancipation of the people of Southeast, South-South, parts of Benue and Kogi. He declared that freedom fighting is not a crime in any part of the world, including Nigeria, because it is a fundamental right. The defendant further adds that he believes in the freedom of speech and that the UN Charter on People's Rights guarantees the right to self-determination. He denies involvement in any violence because he has not been linked to anyone. The defense team speaks after the day's proceeding, just as the prosecution declines to react.
The matter has eventually kicked off without rancor. You needed to have been in court to observe the proceedings. All the parties cooperated, and PW1 testified. PW1 is Mr. AAA, as he was designated. He investigated the matter 10 years ago, and today he came and gave his evidence and tendered documents.
The government is finally having the trial that it desires. Our position still remains unchanged despite the ongoing trial. That our client is innocent of the charges, that the case is driven by political considerations, and in the end, the innocence of our client will be established.
After 10 long years, finally Nnamdi Kanu now has his day in court as the Nigerian government called its first witness. The case continues on Friday, May 2nd, under cross-examination by Kanu's lawyer. From the Federal High Court.
You have heard this another version from the criminal station called Channel. You see how they reported their own. And they always try to play their own games and use languages that are not obtainable. So let us go to another section of the report on how they reported it, or the TVC.
In the nation's capital, where the Federal High Court has adjourned the trial of leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, to 6th, 7th, and 8th of May for continuation of hearing.
So the case has been adjourned to 6th, 7th, and 8th of May. 6th, 7th, and 8th of May. That is where they push the adjournment. So we're going to be watchful and follow up on how the case is going to unfold. Let us listen and hear their version.
We are monitoring developments in the nation's capital, where the Federal High Court has adjourned the trial of leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, to 6th, 7th, and 8th of May for continuation of hearing. At today's hearing, an officer of the DSS who arrested Nnamdi Kanu in 2015 told the court that when Mr. Kanu was arrested, no instrument of violence was found on him. Mr. AAA, the federal government's first witness under cross-examination, admitted that when Mr. Kanu was interviewed in 2015, his lawyer was absent. Mr. AAA agreed that those items now tendered as exhibits before the court are no longer of value. At the last hearing on Tuesday, the court granted the request for the witnesses to testify behind screen due to security reasons. Our senior reporter, Celestina Ria, joins me on the news for more updates. Celestina, what more can you tell us about hearing in the case involving leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu?
Oh, well, about today, so far so good. The trial is going on very smoothly. And considering the evidences given by the first prosecution witness today, so far, nothing incriminating has been found against the indigenous, the leader of IPOB, which is Nnamdi Kanu. So we don't know what is to come as the proceedings continues. And we don't know for sure how many witnesses the federal government is going to call. This is just the first witness, and he was cross-examined today by counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Kanu Agabi, and wherein he made some findings that the way Nnamdi Kanu was interviewed without his lawyer present, that most of the items that were seized or collected from him in 2015 have no value anymore because it's over 10 years. But Justice James Omotosho told Kanu Agabi, which is counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, to come by way of application before the court seeking the release of some of those items, wristwatches, gold chains and necklaces, and see if Mr. Kanu can peradventure sell them and get something out of it. But so far so good, they have no importance. So it won't be of any good for either the prosecution or the defendant for those items to still remain in the custody of the court, because now they are exhibits. So the court adjourned to 6th, 7th, and 8th for continuation of trial. So the conclusion of the cross-examination of the first witness to be done, and the second prosecution witness to be called.
All right. You mentioned a while ago that it's unclear how many witnesses the prosecution would be calling. But does it appear that the others might also enjoy this liberty to testify behind screens?
Yes, definitely, because this is the position the court has taken, and it was because of the application filed by the federal government lawyer saying that to protect the identity and the life of the witnesses, they should testify behind the screen. The prosecution first witness, which the court named Mr. AA to protect his identity, testified behind the screen, and when he even walked up to the dock where he was shielded, he wore a mask. So, but basically, one thing is important: the defendant, which is Nnamdi Kanu, can actually see the witness, but the person, he or she, is shielded from the floor of the court, which are other lawyers and also litigants and journalists. But the defendant, Nnamdi Kanu, can see whoever the prosecution witness is. And this is the first witness. He is a DSS officer. He was among those that arrested Mr. Kanu in 2015, where he was interviewed. And also he said he was among those who escorted Mr. Kanu to their headquarters here in Abuja.
Celestina Ria for us in Abuja. Thank you very much. We'll definitely be back to you when hearing in this case continues. Thank you again for the updates.
So that is the update on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu case. For those who missed it yesterday, we were not able to bring all the updates while we were having program yesterday. We ended our program without getting the update, so now we got the update, and the case continues from 6th, 7th, and 8th of May. So the whole case will continue, and we will continue to follow up, even though we know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has no case, but they have continued to detain him, and they can do that for as long as they can. So that is it, because Nigeria is a lawless country. So today, as we are talking about ourselves, self-defense is very important. Defending our land is very important. And it is because our land must be defended. That is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is where he is today, pursuing the defense of Biafra land. The only way we can defend our land effectively is getting our freedom. Once we get our freedom and walk out of the zoo, our land will be defended. If you think you can defend your land by running away from your land, going to invest in the land of your enemy, and you think that is a defense, you don't know what you are doing. You're only weakening your defense, and it's just a question of time you will go down. That is not happening to you today does not mean it will not happen to you tomorrow, because the victors of today might not be the victors tomorrow. The victors of today might not be victors tomorrow. And the victims of yesterday, day before yesterday, they were victors. The victims today, yesterday, they were victors. Some of us that are victors today, tomorrow will be victims. So it's just a question of time it will get to everybody. So wherever you are as a Biafran in Biafra land, the earlier you begin to think about how to defend your land, the better. And for those who are investing in foreign land and they think that by making your investment in the land of your enemy, that you are safe, you are not. Only one policy will destroy every single thing you have worked for. That thing you are thinking that you are making wealth, you are doing this, you are doing that outside your nation, one single policy will destroy you and you will be no more. That is why wherever you are, you must rise up and support the United States of Biafra. That is the only hope and the future that you have. The only hope and the future that you have is the United States of Biafra, until you recognize and realize that you are wasting your time. We will continue to talk for as long as we have life. The choice is yours to make, either to accept it or not to accept it. We are not going to force you. You can't force anybody to take his freedom. You can't force freedom on people. It is a decision, a choice that people have to make to be free. So for those of us who have made that choice to be free, stand on your ground. Remain consistent in the pursuit of freedom. And I bet you, with your consistency, Biafra is going to come. And those who thought that Biafra will come with their wishful thinking, it's not going to come by your wishful thinking. You wish or you hope. No, you have to do a work. Get to work. Begin to do something. Begin to preach Biafra. Begin to support in any way you can. Financially, materially, morally, in any angle you can support. Do so. If you do that, I bet you before you know it, you'll be singing the joyful song in our Father's land. And that is our hope. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. The only way you can be secure and safe is acknowledging who you are. Acknowledging who you are and continue to stand on your ground that you are a Biafran. When they address you as South, South, and Southeast, tell them no, you are not the South, South, and Southeast of Nigeria. You are a Biafran. You are a Biafran. We cannot allow them to continue to divide us. We are a Biafran, all of us in the old Southeastern region. Reject answering the South, South, and Southeast now. Reject it and take up your identity as a Biafran. That is your first line of defense. That is your first line of defense. If you can be able to project that effectively, we are going to get the recognition and our land will be defended. It doesn't matter how much you invest outside your land, you can lose it in a twinkle of an eye. Those ones who are parading themselves as billionaires and millionaires thinking that they have arrived. You see them going around with convoy of policemen and military men, and they think they are safe. You are not safe. You are not safe. The same people that are giving you that security can take it away and take your life. Even take your life with that same security. We have seen them take actions against those people who feel that they are wonderfully protected and they have everything. Yet, they are trapped and thrown in. When we say Nigeria will never survive, some people think it's a joke. Speaking for Nigeria or one Nigeria or for a better Nigeria is a waste of energy and waste of time. The earlier you understand that, the better for you, because sometimes you will never understand that until you go down your grave. Many people who have tried to create their one Nigeria or to pursue their one Nigeria carelessly, thinking that they're going to change things inside the zone. Where are they today? Where are they? Those who have tried to make change within and inside, where are they? They have all been taken away. They all died mysteriously. Many of you remember Delegiwa. Delegiwa was a journalist in Nigeria, inside Nigeria, who tried to make change. Every one of you remember how Delegiwa was taken away. Every one of you knew how the government assassinated Delegiwa with a letter bomb. There are many of them, Bola Ige. There are many people who have tried to change things within. Anytime you come to present that change, you are doomed. The earlier you begin to think about your region as a person, if you are from the south, if you are from the southwest, begin to support the Ududua movement with all your strength and your mind. If you are from the north, the core north, support your Arewa, build your Arewa, make it what it should be. If you're from the middle belt, let the middle belt and stand their ground and be on their own, and the Biafrans on their own. That is the only way the defense can be built. That is the way protection will be here. So, but if you continue to deny this fact, I bet you what is going to happen to you, you can't be able to stand it when the time comes. It's just a question of time. It is just a question of time. It will get to you. It is one person after the other. Because it is not in your village today. When we say that Biafra land is under siege, you call home and they will tell you, oh, it has not gotten to our village yet. And you relax. You will do nothing. You will not contribute, neither will you support the United States of Biafra because your village is not yet involved. Wait. A question of time. It will get to you. The only thing that can save you is Biafra. If Biafra does not come, it is a question of time. It will get to everybody. Everybody will get their own share. When we come online and tell you that Biafra land is under siege, you say, oh, you people are exaggerating. You are telling lies. When we come on the ground and tell you that there is war going on in Biafra land, you say, oh, where is it happening? It's not happening in your village. When we tell you that Nigerian government is throwing bomb in Biafra land, you will say, oh, it is not true. Like Biafra land is peaceful, nothing is happening there. You are waiting for it to happen to you before you understand. That was the same way when Mazen Nandekan was crying about the activity of Boko Haram in the northern part of Nigeria. Mazen Nandekan was complaining. In London, he was protesting and asking Nigerian government to go ahead and make sure they remove the Boko Haram in the northern part of Nigeria, or else it will consume the whole country. They refused. Every other region didn't pay attention. They relaxed. It doesn't concern them. We were there. They moved all the way to Benue State. Benue State began to bleed. Benue State bled to the extent that they lost tears. Up to this moment, Benue State is still bleeding. And the whole nation, we are watching. There was no outrage. We saw corpses in Benue State. We saw them conducting burials time and time. The Governor Oton then cried and cried and cried. Up to the extent Governor Oton decided to form his own security outfit. The government came after him. They refused him arming his security outfit. Even when he tried to recruit, they refused him. One of the bad boys who decided to secure his own people, they connived, even though he was working for the government before. When they saw that he has now realized himself and he wanted to fight for his people, they took his life. That is how bad it is. While everybody was laughing, oh, it is just Benue State, Benue State. He came down to Southwest. Southwest began to bleed. People were taken away from their house from Southwest. They ran away from their homes, and they are now in Cotonou. People from Oduduwa land are now living in Cotonou, never to come back again. And everybody still kept quiet. No, it's not going to go to Southeast. We were here. They came down to Southeast. Enugu continued to bleed, and still bleeding even as we speak. We thought they would stop at Enugu. They began to move down. It affected Anambra, Imo, Abia, Rivers, Delta. Everywhere was bleeding. And finally, just as Mazen Nandegano said, the insecurity have come to consume the entire country, and today Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is, including Abuja. As at yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw a news where these armed bandits, the herdsmen, the armed bandits, the terrorists took the life of 2 men in Abuja. They took the life of 2 individuals in Abuja. So when we say some of them that are running their business, they took their business to Abuja, they took their business to Lagos, you think you are safe in Lagos and Abuja. You are a dreamer. You don't know what you are doing. Because of the one-room hotel you build in the north, you want us to stop talking about defense of Biafra land. Because of one useless business you have somewhere, you want us to stop talking about the freedom of the people. We will not stop. We will not stop. And for those of you who think that your business worth more than the life of a human being, you don't know what you are doing. As long as you're investing in a foreign land, not in your homeland, one single policy will destroy every single thing you own. And that envy and jealousy will always be there. Envy and jealousy will always be there, more especially in a black nation. Once you're making a progress in a place as a stranger, that envy and jealousy will be there. They will try by all means to bring you down. And by the way, it is not only applicable to the black nation. Even in the West, I am going to play a video of how the Jews lost their property before they had their Jewish nation. Everyone saw here about the Merchant of Venice, for some of us who read books. You are going to see where Mazen Nandekan went to that very place, and he was making a program while he was calling our people to come home. Stop investing in enemy's territory. You take your money, you went and invest in foreign land. You take your money, you went and invest in the land of the Janjaweed, where your money is not protected, and you are claiming you are rich. You think you are safe. You are not. I want you to watch this video. This was a documentary that was made by Mazen Nandekan himself. I want you to pay attention and hear him directly.
Of Venice, who was a Jewish man. This is an object lesson to the Igbo fools and idiots who are building their palaces in Kanu, in Maiduguri, in Lagos, in Abuja, that this building here was built by a Hebrew, a Jewish man, Shylock of the Shakespeare fame, Merchant of Venice. This is his home. We are here in Padova. I'm on Namdekano, of course, and these are our people that brought me to this place. We came, Radio Biafra is in, we are here in Italy, touring Italy, and over there, all the houses you can see, we are built by Jews. Here, if you go there today, you will see no Jewish person there. It's all been taken from them. This is the home of the man that there was so much jealousy against this man in Europe that they decided to write. Shakespeare himself wrote the Merchant of Venice. If you look here, that is the canal. Right across where the cyclist is going is the canal that used to bring in his wares, his merchandise, all the way from the city of Venice that is just down the road from there. So what we are going to do is to attempt to go in. We are going to remind our people that it's necessary for our people to be prudent with their sense. This here, as I said, was built by one man alone. Inside is a huge expanse of property and woodland and everything built by a Jewish man. But the Jewish man and the family, they're not here today. The same thing will happen to all Igbo people who are stupid enough to build their houses in Lagos and in Abuja. The same thing will happen to you. This is gone. It's not in Israel. It's here in Venice, between part over there and Venice over there. We have this built by somebody that came and thought was doing the right thing. Now it's been taken over. You can see the Italian flag and also the EU flag. It doesn't belong to him anymore, nor the family. And here's the European flag and Italian flag.
I hope you saw that. I hope you saw that. This is what is about to happen to those people who are investing outside their land. Somebody like Obi Kubana. Obi Kubana, who is building castle in Abuja. You are building castle. You are investing and building taking all your wealth to Abuja. Obi Kubana and his group, the E-Money and their group, they are investing in foreign land. You took all your money, you go and invest in the territory of your enemy. Look at what happened to a Jewish man. In those days, many of us have read Shakespeare. We will read about the Merchant of Venice. If you have read Shakespeare, this is in Italy. Mazen Nandekano is there live, streaming, just to educate our people. What can happen to you when you are taking your wealth to the territory of the enemy? All these things you see is showing this very castle. As at then, the richest people in Italy then, the Jews, they developed everywhere, investing their money, developing and building. Today, look at the place, it's empty. No single Jewish man is there. All the properties around that area, gone. All the properties gone. And today, with all these lessons around, there are still, you see people going to buy land in the territory of the enemy. Even after this warning, you see them still building estates. They go to Abuja and they build estate. They go to Abuja, they go to North. Even today, there are still people who are building estate in the North. Igbo Biafrans. There are Igbo Biafrans that are still building estate in the North. Today, as we speak. And when you talk about Biafra, you see them talking rubbish. And they want us to stop speaking about our freedom because of their selfish interest. They don't want us to talk about Biafra. But I bet you, that thing you are afraid of is going to consume you. As long as you refuse to see reasons and do the right thing, that thing you are afraid of is going to consume you. Definitely, you can't escape it. It's going to consume you because you have failed to see reasons and do the right thing. And as long as you continue to do the wrong thing and think that your selfish interests will now be more important than the interests of the whole Biafrans, you're a joker. You're a joker. The more you think that we stop, the more we will increase in our speed. Biafra land must be defended by all means necessary. The land of Biafra must be defended. It is a must. It is a must. It doesn't matter whether you support, whether you don't support, whether you invest in Kano or you invest in Abuja, you invest in Lagos. If you like, take your life, go and hang it in Abuja. If you like, take your life, go and hang it in Abuja. It will not stop us from talking about the defense of Biafra land. Biafra land must be defended. Since you don't want to learn your lesson, you are going to learn it the hard way. Nigeria has never been for anybody. Anybody that is standing up thinking that there is something that is going to happen tomorrow that will make Nigeria what? You are a joker. You're only risking your life for nothing. And that is why when I see those of them who call themselves activists in Nigeria, mad people everywhere. Mad people. Everybody that calls himself activist inside Nigeria, they are all bunch of clowns. People that misplace their priority. They don't know what they are looking for. They don't know what they are looking for. Either they are looking for relevance. They want to be popular. They want to create awareness and become popular. That is all they want. Check them. All of them that call themselves human rights activists. How did they end up? How did they end up? Gone are the days when you saw the real activists. The real activists, they put their life on the line and they go. Those who were really, really the activists against the evil of the Zoological Republic and its government, you saw how they went. You saw how they took their life. You saw how Delegiwa died. Delegiwa, every one of you, those of you who are aware at that time, Delegiwa, you know how the government of the day took his life. A man who tried to see all and reveal all. It's just a question of time. Those of them who are relaxing in Nigeria, I tell you that they are human rights active and they are active. Every time you see them, human rights activists, every time they are in the court with their suit and they are parading themselves. Somebody like Kiyamu. Kiyamu, the Minister of Aviation today, was a human rights activist before. A human rights lawyer. He said he's a human rights lawyer. An activist before. Today, he's a Minister of Aviation who worked under the also worked under the government of Buhari, the worst of worst. And today he's still there. He's the one today who is going to sell Enugu Airport to himself and his friends. These are people who call themselves activists. These are the bunch of deceivers who deceive themselves. That is, nothing can come out of it. You're wasting your time. The other young man they call very dark man that is now joining their group. I think they have arrested him. We learned that the EFCC have taken him off the one they call very dark man. And nobody knows what is going to be his fate. But of course, they know what they are about to get, and it is about popularity. It is about making themselves popular. That is it. I don't believe on any activist that is in Nigeria. As long as you are in Nigeria claiming to be an activist, you're a liar, you're a deceiver. You've just found yourself another business ground. You just find yourself another scamming ground to scam people. There's no human rights activists in Nigeria. Once you are there speaking for Nigeria, one Nigeria, you're a deceiver, you're a clown. You don't know what you're doing. And I can never believe you. That is why we are doing what we are doing, to demand and ask for the disintegration of the Zoological Republic, because that is the only solution. Anybody that is serious should join us and ask for the disintegration of Nigeria. Only that alone will make a way for us. Until you disintegrate that country, nothing is going to work. The insecurity will continue, the hardship will continue, the bad economy will continue, the debt will continue to increase. It has gone to a stage where the terrorists are now bold to make a demand. You can imagine. Kidnappers will make a demand, and when you are bringing your ransom, when they are collecting the ransom, they will tell you to cook food, bring fruit, bring wine and drink, and even bring bullet for them. Have you heard such a thing before? You know, when we say it, people don't understand. When we say Nigeria is gone and gone, kidnappers, they kidnap somebody, and in their demand, they demanded for money. 10 million naira. They gave them the 10 million. They demanded for food, well-cooked jollof rice. They demanded for bullet. You bring bullet for them, bring fruits for them, bring pepper soup for them. You can imagine. The way I'm saying it, some of you would think it's a joke, but I'm going to play a video. You're going to see the video evidence. Every single thing I'm saying now, you will see. I'm going to play the video evidence. I'm going to show you a video evidence. The demand, how bold the terrorists are now. Celebrated. When we say Nigerian government is the terrorist government, some of you do not understand it. It is only in that country that terrorists will make a demand. The kidnappers, after the kidnapping, they will tell you to bring the money. You bring the money. They tell you to bring food, cook food, bring fruit, bring bullets, join it, put bullets inside. Help them and buy bullets, help them and buy drugs. And the victims will buy everything and give them. In a country where you have police, you have army, you have everything. And some of you are still parading yourself. You want to be part of Nigeria. I am sorry for you. It is just a question of time. Everybody will get his own share. I want you to watch this video, because everything we say, we always bring you a video of confirmation. Because sometimes, because we are on social media and we are talking, they say, oh, they make words, oh, they are telling lies, They cook up words. They are lying. Everything is a lie. I want you to watch the video. Watch this video. Pay attention and listen to the demand of kidnappers in Nigeria. Bring money, bring food, bring bullet, bring everything bringable. Sorry. No?
Today is 30th. Money going to given to the kidnappers. This money is going to be delivered to the kidnappers. Our brothers were kidnapped since 1 week plus now. On Friday, this money were contributed to. Not that they have money. 4 people they were kidnapped. Look at it. This stuff here, 10 million naira cash with both food, rice,
10 million.
chicken,
food,
drinks, 50 black bullets. Look at them, food, jollof rice with chicken, okay?
10 plates of jollof rice.
Yeah, it's not this thing. This is cash. 1 week plus now, nothing. Some of these videos I dropped. There are other videos I cannot drop on the social media space. There are key strategic areas that we visit that I cannot post, you understand. But this is tell you the effort that we've put in. Not that we sit down in our houses and make noise. No, people who know me very well and who know people who move with us understand the risk that we take, just for the safety of our people. So we made several efforts, but because we don't have enough technology help, assistance. Reason why we sometimes we think that we're not doing enough, because we're not getting that support from those who are supposed to, who are empowered to do this, to give to us. We're not getting the support. All right. So this is abavo that we wear at the night. This is Ute Okpo, in Kano East local government area. So these are some of the areas that we've visited. We traveled, trying to locate these guys to rescue our brothers, although some of the movement failed. All right. Okay, now, Ubuluku, we travel from Ubuluku to Obio Akumazi. Obio Orolowo Akumazi, Ubnede, Utulupu, Utokpu, moved down to Abavu. We moved down to Abavu. Abavu, you drove down again to go into Mutu. Ururugbe. Yeah, this is the name. From Abavu down to this road, it's not motorable. It's not motorable. So this is the man that was kidnapped. This is the young man. After we paid 10 million naira. 10 million naira we paid. Look at him here. 2 weeks. Since before Easter they kidnapped them. Wow. That's it. This is the second. Four of them. 9 kidnappers now. So this is Honorable Uche, councillor in Ward. It's everyday thing. And today, thank God, they are out from the kidnappers. Then, after paying 10 million naira and foodstuff worth 1 million naira, both rice and other items which I cannot mention here, that they collected before they released them. Yeah. Don't mind the way I look, okay? It's normal. It's just work. Hey, bros, hello, bros. Today, something happened today. Our brothers, two of our brothers were kidnapped before Easter holiday, and they have been inside the bush for the past since on Friday before Easter, and the kidnappers were demanding for ransom from 5 million naira. They increase it to 10 million naira. So, and this person they kidnapped don't even have this money to pay. They don't have this money to pay. These persons, the kidnappers, refused to release our two brothers. We pleaded and pleaded, they refused. What do? Can't leave them in the hands of the kidnappers with the threat of killing them. Because the previous threat they threatened us, they also killed. This is not the first killing, second killing, or the third killing. It has, is repeated, repeated kidnapping and killing within our place. So our community decided to contribute money. We started raising the money. This is it. Some raised 1,000, 2,000, millions of naira was contributed. About 10 million naira. They now asked us to even buy more items, which we bought. This is not the first, the second, or the third. I have been reporting these cases on the media. Today, being the 1st of May, we gathered the money with what they requested, the food items they requested. We traveled from Ubuluku to Rorobe. I don't know what they call it. Edo State, not even Delta. So these guys trekked from Ubuluku, crossed Obio, crossed Akumazi, crossed Umunede, crossed Otolopo, crossed Ekukwagbo, crossed Abab, crossed how many communities they crossed with the leg? And they got to where they got to. They camped there. And when we go to that community today, they said that's their camp. Now that place where they go, now there, then that means they have been terrorized. They have been in that place. Everybody knows that these people, that place is where they stay. That's where they stay. So when we came back today, the youth were angry, and they were angry. Because they were angry, in less than 30 minutes, what we saw in Ubuluku was more than 15 patrol vehicles from the same government that have refused to hear our cries since.
Now you can hear the video I just played. This is something that happened 2 days ago. You can hear him say it on the 1st of May. So you don't think it's an old video. 2 days ago. You see what they were demanding. Let me play it again so that you can see their demand. Let's First of May.
Today is 30th. Money going to given to the kidnappers. This money is going to be delivered to the kidnappers. Our brothers were kidnapped since 1 week plus now. On Friday, this money were contributed.
This is the money?
Not that they have money. 4 people, they were kidnapped. Look at it. This stuff here, 10 million naira cash with both food, rice, chicken.
Did you see? This one is food they demanded. Food items, rice and chicken.
You
see?
Food, drinks, 50 black bullets.
50 black bullets. 50 black bullets. 50 black bullets. That is how bold these terrorists are in Nigeria.
Look at them, food. Jollof rice with chicken.
Jollof rice, cooked jollof rice with chicken. Oh my God. That is how bad it is. That's how bad it is. This thing was on the 30th, and on the 1st, they went and delivered this thing. You can see the boldness of the terrorists in Nigeria. When we say the country is gone, some of you don't understand. You can imagine ridiculous demands that they are making. You can imagine. Cash. Not only cash. You should bring food stuff, chicken, jollof rice, including bullet inside. Bullet follow. Buy bullet for them. You see how bold they are. And when that guy was explaining, you saw that the government could not help them in any way. But when the youth got angry and they revolted, the next few minutes, patrol vehicle was filled in the whole village to stop them from going to attack the terrorists. So when we say that the government of Nigeria is a terrorist government, it is not a propaganda or a blackmail. It is a fact backed with evidence within videos. The people that made the video, everybody knows this Harrison. He was not hiding his face. Many of you know Harrison, even though I don't trust him. But you can see everybody with their evil agenda, whatever. We can always pick out the truth among all what they say. We can pick out the truth in it. You can see it televised. Look at their journey to the forest. Look at their journey. Look at their journey to the forest to go and deliver 10 million naira with food item, cooked jollof rice, well cooked, prepared jollof rice with chicken and bullet. And it was delivered in the forest where the people are. They came back. Villagers got angry. They want to go and do something for themselves, secure themselves, take action, defend themselves. And the government rolled out vehicles. The government rolled out patrol vehicles to stop the villagers from taking action against the kidnappers that have made their life miserable. And we call Nigerian government a terrorist government. That you come out and tell me, why am I saying that? It is either you are also a terrorist or that you are one of the sponsors. That is why you will come and talk down on me when I'm talking about that. When I call the terrorist government of Nigeria a terrorist government, which is exactly what they are, and you say, why am I saying that? It is either you are part of them, you are one of their foot soldiers they are using to terrorize citizens, or you are enjoying their product in one way or the other. Mad people everywhere. Yeah, welcome, my brother Greg. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and talk to us, my brother Greg.
Yeah, Maz, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. Welcome.
Yeah, you know, I just entered now and I started watching the film. I did not follow up. I only heard when the guy was talking about 10 million, but I don't know what the 10 million means. What I can understand now, it shows that the 10 million was like a rescue, what do you call it? Ransom money to pay.
Ransom paid to terrorists.
Yeah. That is the problem. That is the problem. First of all, I greet you, my brother, for your good work, and I greet all the Biafrans, and I greet the medians and the government of United States of Biafra. And my greetings to our leader, Mazen and Simon Ekpan, thanking them for their efforts and all that they have done and what they are continue doing, that the spirit will not depart from them. Instead, they will have the full measure of the Spirit of God to strengthen them and bring victory to them and to Biafra people in general. You know, this is what we are talking about. Other people are seeing it in another thing, because my own, I see what I can understand is Biafra is crying every day. These people are Biafrans. We cry every day and say, raise money for your protection and the defense of your land. They cannot do it, but they can raise 10 million to go and give Fulani to release somebody that they have been kidnapped. But if he ask them to raise that 10 million now to bring it to the Biafran government so that the land they can be protected and go inside the bush and pursue all those criminals, they will not do that. So now they were able to raise 10 million to go and give Fulani and making video, and now they want to revolt against the person that was kidnapped and what is happening in their village. But all this cry, all these years, all this time that the people have been talking and crying and calling for the defense of the land of Biafra, These people will not hear it. They will not act. They will not do anything. So talking about if Nigeria is a terrorist, everybody knows Nigeria is a terrorist country. Every police and army, if there is 1,000 police or army or vigilante under government, at least we know that if there are 1,800 or 850 is working for the terrorist government. 800 of them 850 of them are terrorists under Nigerian uniform. So it is not a surprise. It is not more a news. The Nigerians themselves know that their government is terrorist. International community know that the government is terrorist. But why it pains is the people that you are calling to come out and defend themselves and join the call of freedom, they are not serious. They don't want to know. So that is the thing. So now this thing they are showing, and they are showing it for us to do what? He said under 15 minutes, the youths were angry. Then the government that we are not able to rescue them, we are able to raise 15 trucks of vehicle with the arms, mobile army and police to go and chase these youths who is angry to go and defend themselves. But the police were not angry to go inside the bush and chase those Fulanis and rescue those people that were kidnapped. They cannot do that because they are getting the share of the money. They are among the people who are kidnapping. They are among the people who are killing their citizens, harvesting their organs. That is the work of majority of them who are in the Senate and the government. So that is not more, for me. It's not more news. So this guy that is making this video, is he making it that we shall do? What do he want? Is it the first this kind of video that been made before? So it's left for them. If they really want to freedom, that is their own cup of tea. They don't want to freedom, let them be crying and calling upon somebody who cannot deliver them from their trouble. I'm not pitying that. And for me, I have no single pity for any person that goes through again. The time I have been pitying them is over. Not in this present time. I'm telling you the truth. Because in my time, I still call them, you must contribute on what is happening. And not only when they kidnap somebody that they'll be crying as if something happened. So when since people have been calling that everybody have to rise up against these evil people, where were you people? So for me, it's not a surprise. For me, it's not a news. The thing there is everybody have to come out to defend himself. The government has made it clear. Rise up, each community, each town, each village, each kindred, each man and woman, get up and defend yourself. They are not listening. So what do you expect? They will be kidnapping, then they will pay the ransom. Instead of bringing the government the money to defend them, they will be giving it to Fulanis, and Fulani will be used to buy gun and kidnap them. So that is their choice they have made. The Biafra government will do whatever they can, but they cannot do everything, since they don't have the help of the citizens whom they are fighting for. Yeah, it cannot change anything for me. So let them wake up from their slumber and look for where the governments of Biafra are and fight along with them to rescue their people, not calling upon the demonic Nigerian terrorist government who will kill them and harvest their organs, and they will die for nothing instead of dying for the freedom of their land. That is only what I think I can contribute in this very particular video, because I just come in. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Let's hear from my beloved sister Ojugo. Take the mic, my sister Ojugo. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Good morning, Purchase, and Greg in the house, and all Biafra that are listening. Those are the comment section. My brother, correct? I'm standing where you are standing on this video. In fact, somehow I didn't say it as something real. Somehow I saw it real, and this money and they cook rice, they cook they bought the ammunition. Let's start clapping for you. We should start clapping for them. It's such a stupid.
But it's the fact.
It doesn't.
That's how bold. That's how bold they have become.
For me, I wasn't feeling anything at all. You know, that video didn't even move me. Why don't they that money call United States of Biafra and say, hey, we have this money, we have this problem. That is security. We need these guys out. Hand them over that money and that bullet. And let's say if we don't find them out. And let's say if such a thing will happen again in that area.
Yes.
They will not do it. You saw terrorists the other time with the heroes, the truck full of money. They were even using it to make bed to lie on it. Nigerian money. I look at you, still arranging more money in a box, beautifully arranging it to go hand it over to them. Come on, I'll clap for you. Good job. And then you bought a bullet. You will buy more. This is just the beginning.
To go and give it to them to come and kidnap them more.
Today is fundraising.
Jesus Christ.
Bring that 10 million and hand it over to the United States of Biafra for your own state. It's not for any other state. For your own state. And see if you people will not have peace. And they call the man, those guys honorable. So this could be government people self. We don't even know who is who. Counselor.
That's why I said I don't trust them. Those guys, I don't trust them.
I don't feel anything. I don't even it doesn't seem real. That's just what my spirit felt when if something real, my spirit would tell me. But this one, I wasn't even connected. My spirit was not connected to the video at all. It looks fake. It looks unreal. So let us start making this stupid video. It doesn't pay anything. 10 million. Go give them. I wish I know those terrorists itself so that they can do more. People will not. The same thing that they did to one bishop or one in the bush, they contributed money. Tell me how those people are participating. Tell me how they are participating. And it came from one of the state of United States of Biafra. How are they contributing in their own state? In their own state, they didn't say contribute to another state. Your own state to make sure you are safe. How? No, you're not doing it. Continue giving them. You give them ammunition, right? And you're crying. Oh, they are coming back again. They are coming back with that ammunition. Look at how stupid we are. They ask for ammunition. You give them ammunition. And then tomorrow you're crying. Who are they going to use that ammunition on? You. You they're coming back. Oh. These guys, they're kidnapping. If they have 2 or 5. Next one, they're coming with more ammunition. The one you provided to them and the one they still remaining for them. They will get more people and they will demand more money. Go to your bed. Whoever that is making that video, go to your bed and lay down. Your video will not fetch you any money because it doesn't look real. It looks so fake. It made you so, even to bring out your face to make that video, it looks so stupid, like fool. And maybe you're up to 40. Tell yourself that you're a fool forever. Tell yourself you're a fool forever, that you're making such a video. You cook rice, you cook beef, you cook this. No. Why, Abacha? What up, send out ka mkwaragaka. Rubbish. There is fundraising. Bring that money. Why don't they call, they have a government in their own state. And they know that United States of Biafra have government in all the states. Why don't you call them and say, hey, this is what is going on? No, you will not recognize them. Because you, that is your agent of government, because I don't call you honorable, because all you that are councillors, all of you are all honorable. So you haven't even tell us which honorable part that you are. Then as a youth rise up, the rulers, government rulers, let it be United States of Biafra army. Those rulers, they will burn them down. They will burn them down. Our men are so. Brutus, please. That video is just it will not fetch that guy money if he's looking for money on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you for your contribution. My fellow Biafrans, we must know that it is important that we defend our land. That is why Saturday is a special day for all of us. If you have not started investing in the United States of Biafra, you will see what is about to face you. When the time comes, nobody is going to come to your rescue. Nobody is going to come to your rescue. If you are a Biafra, you should even thank God that you are a Biafra, because Biafra already has a plan. Other people are even praying that they will have the kind of plans Biafrans have. People are praying and wishing that they can be able to get to the extent that we have gotten to. There are so many people that are wishing that they can have somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their area, or Mazi Simon Ekpa, or Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. Some people are praying to have such kind of individuals among them. But you that have these people don't know their value. You don't know their value. If we had listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from day one, we will not be where we are today. If we had listened, we would not be where we are today. But so many of us have refused to listen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to the United States and he was asking them to help and build a defense force, security outfit there to defend Biafra land. So many of them were looking at him as a scammer. Some called him scammer to his face. Some called him troublemaker, warmonger, a tribalist. Different kind of name they gave him. His own people that he wanted to defend, they didn't want to listen to him. Today, what is happening? Every single thing he has said is now playing out. It's now playing out. Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board. He began to act, not just speaking. He was acting to defend Biafra land. And they called for his head. They called for his head. Suddenly, they begin to have their propaganda and blackmail and the twist. All the enemies of Biafra gathered together and they united in one voice. And they were asking for the head of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They went to the extent of putting a ransom on his head. Today, Mazi Simon Ekpa is not with us, and the atrocity of the terrorists have increased. Both terrorists in uniform and off uniform. And some of us do not understand certain things. There are certain things we must know. Many people today you see that are masking themselves as supporting Mazen Nandekano has never supported them. Have never supported him. People that come today and call for this Mazen have never, no politician, no one Nigerian support Mazen Nandekano. Anybody that preach Nigeria and tell you that, oh, Mazen Nandekano is a nice person, he's doing it well, they are deceiving you. It is not true. Anybody that supports one Nigeria and tell you that Mazen Nandekano is a good guy, that is the first thing you must run away from. You see the video I played initially when I started this program. I'm going to play it again so that you listen. You will hear when Mazen Nandekano called the name of the president governor of Anambra State, Soludo. Soludo was one of the people who went to connive with the federal government against Mazen Nandekano. Then Soludo was still the central bank governor. Soludo was not even a governor then. Soludo has been in the forefront of fighting against Mazen Nandekano and destroying the cause of Biafra. It didn't start yesterday. But when he came out and began to masquerade himself, first of all, he said he went to visit Mazen Nandekano. After visiting Mazen Nandekano, he came and he built a very big billboard. He said, free Mazen Nandekano. And the next minute, he switched and began to present his case and said that releasing Mazen Nandekano will not bring safety. Some of us don't know who that man is. You know, that's why sometimes when my brother Christian comes here, he will say that Soludo is one of the dangerous people we must be careful with. Christian always said that, but if you're not paying attention to things that are happening, you will not understand why he says that. Christian will say that Soludo is even much more dangerous than Hope Uzodimma. Because in the case of Hope Uzodimma, we know what he can do. We know him very well. We know who he is. But Soludo is masquerading himself in the name of a professor, in the name of love for Biafra. But at the same time, he is one of the people that are in the front line to make sure that nothing that has to do with Biafra stands. I will play that video again for the record purposes. I want everybody to pay attention because I'm not going to stop the video. I'll allow you to play completely. Pay attention to every single thing Mazen Nandekano is saying there. You are going to hear Mazen Nandekano explain the stance of the politicians and why you must not listen to anybody that is talking about one Nigeria politics. Anybody that belongs to the political class, the Ohanezendo Hinandama, all these elites that are parading themselves here and there. This is where Mazen Nandekano nail them and call most of them by names. Pay attention. You're going to hear the name of Soludo among the people who went to Abuja to try to maneuver against Mazen Nandekano to destroy the agenda of Biafra. I want you to pay attention to this revelation made by Mazen Nandekano. It's a very old video, but I want you to pay attention. You know, we revisit old things so that you can be able to call back your mind to order. Let us pay attention to this very video. I won't stop it. I will allow you to play. It's about 7 minutes video. Let's allow you to play fully.
And I said before I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately, because I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Joseph Okaro to come to me, first to my parents. My father said no, my mother said no, that where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon. The promises came. The vice president, anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife. You better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Wow. Anything you want. And I said no. That what I want is a referendum to determine if you good people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra. They said no. And Isibajo tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually, and Ohaneze hijacked it. I went to see Niawode in his house. We sat down, had lunch together, and I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Nwodo very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is fact. Ask him. Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Aso Rock because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Aso Rock? He said it is for Igbo leaders. And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them. Hadn't Nyawodo remained with me, when the governors called me, I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabeze. They said, oh, but Nwodo, Soludo, Ebremad is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government House Enugu. The former DSS director came with his bags of money in euros, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in Government House in Enugu. I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency. Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain this very effort we're making? So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu, Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Are these things difficult?
No.
As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Aso Rock if you have friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away. Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping, saying if you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything. I'm going to hear in Agabiga, you won't believe it. That we are here is by the grace of Elohim, not by any of our strength, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra referendum or even USA? The people that the ambassador knows are the governors, or maybe Hanese. Did you people not hear that British government went to Biafra land when I was in prison? Oh my goodness. The British High Commissioner was touring everywhere. When they wanted to kill me, went to Obi of Onitsha and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the US government been to Enugu? They go to Ohaneze. I saw, I don't want to say it. They went to Ohaneze and the governor. They asked them, what do you want? Oh, leave those rascals, leave them. Miscreants. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join IPOB to do Biafra, isn't it? Did he complete what he said? No. Is he doing what he said he's going to do? And you want me to work with these people?
It's not going to work. I say, and I'm should come know him. Everything I do, I say it in the open. Not gossip. And those that spoke to Uche, I am going to Chicago to broadcast live to the whole world and tell them they're in trouble. I've told them every time they contributed to IPOB will be announced for the world to hear. Tell them there'll be no hiding place for gossipers, in as much as I'm concerned, because I know what I have committed to this very movement. Not that I'll become Biafra president, no, so that I can take Nemeka and Nnabikem back to the land of his ancestors. To that same land that Chukwu Kabiyama said, you people must be here. And then my Mariano. I'm fighting for Biafra that we may be free. Thank you.
You have heard Mazen Nandekan. If you have listened carefully, you can see this very speech he made on this very conference is loaded with information. You had the name of the present governor of Anambra State mentioned in this speech while he was making his speech. You heard how they hold meeting and ask people never, ever to support the restoration of Biafra. That is why today you see all the billionaires. If we call the fundraising 110 times, they will never pay attention. They prefer to pay money to kidnappers than to bring money to the Liberation Army of Biafra to protect the land. If you like, conduct fundraising 1 million times, you will never see them there. They will prefer to give billions of dollars to kidnappers, fund them, than to protect their land. And you see them, what they enjoy very well is gossip. Gossip. Mazen Nandekano described them very, very well. That's the way he described them, gossipers.
As one brother wrote very eloquently, he said there are saboteurs everywhere, that every ethnic group have their own saboteurs, but there is something special about an Igbo sabo. that an Igbo saboteur is the special breed altogether. That his own sabo is spiritual saboteur. What drives him or her, he or she wouldn't know. If they try to be like you and they cannot be like you, the next thing is envy. And another thing is, what do I do to bring him down to my level? They're going to sabotage. That's the way they are. It's in their nature. Nobody can take that away from an Igbo man. It's how they are. That's how they are wired.
That is one of the major problems we have. And the same thing is still happening till today. They have not stopped. My fellow Biafrans, our freedom is in our hand. The earlier we wake up and change our ways, the better for us. My brother Greg, take the stage and have your say as we try to conclude.
Yeah. Mazen Nandekan have said it all, because when Soludo was trying to come out as a governor, I will always remember what I said. I told them one guy from Newu that was we were discussing about that and Ifanye, what do you call him? Oba. And one other guy we are coming out at the same time with Soludo. So I told them, I said, Soludo, for me, Soludo, for the sake that when Soludo was coming out from the first time, you remember where Soludo, the first time he came out, I think either through PDP or whatever, he said that Yaradua called him and tell him to come and take Anambra as governor. From that day, I know that the man is not working for the Igbo people, he's working for the North. Because he cannot tell me that you, Soludo, as a professor, you are. Obasanjo gave you appointment as a central bank manager. You, after working as a central bank manager, as a professor, you are supposed to go back to the classroom and doing your lectures and doing research and bringing young people and looking for a different appointment, not to be a politician. But immediately you tested the politics money, the corrupt money. He tested the corrupt money from the first appointment that was given to him. He could not look back. And then he not even come on his own, say, I want to change Anambra. But he said a Fulani man called him to come and take Anambra State. From that day, I told them I don't trust Soludo. From that day, I told them I don't trust Soludo. For the sake of not coming to look for governorship of Anambra State on his own, planning what he wants to do. But rather, a Fulani man from the far north asked him to come and take Anambra State. And that is what he's doing today. He cannot do more than what the Fulanis asked him to do. So when our leader is talking about those politicians like that, Nahangwood was only an orator. He knows how to talk. He knows how to manipulate words. He knows how to hold the people hostage and turn their brain. He is a complete politician and an evil man. So, and the man who stands out before the public say, if any person is coming out to fight for freedom, for Biafra, I will sabotage him. So, what do you expect? He tell you come pump and play where he stood. So the man is a complete evil person. Just exactly what is still happening to today in every Igbo politician and Biafra politician. There is no single one I can just say he is better than the another. No one. So once you taste that political post, once you take that political money, that government money, that criminal money, that politics money, you cannot come back again. Just like people who deal into business. Once they taste into business, they can. It takes God's grace for them to leave it. Ebe obodo hiwe kpata ha ntụ aka. Mema ha business criminal business. Ya na-enye gị enweghị ihe ya arụkwa n'ọrụ again. Ị ga-value ya. Ị ga-save tekwana ego ole n'ọrụ. So you got like ego another bim. You see? So just the same thing is the Nigerian politics. Any man that went into Nigerian politics can never turn back again because the money is like a drug money. Even Nigerian politics pay more than drug money in Nigeria. That is the fact. So, and that is why they are blindfolded. That is why they cannot do anything for their people. That is why you see Soludo. That is why you see what do you call him, Obiano, and many of them. That is why you go to the Senate today. If Senate is the people in the Senate, and if they're 100, maybe 99 or 95 are the ex-governors. And so Soludo is coming out, he's looking to go to Senate in Abuja. And so Zodema is coming down, looking to go for Senate in Abuja, and another appointment. As Mba is coming down, as Wike, every one of them, if Wike is coming out, Wike is looking out, he can go to the Senate. That is tasting the evil money that cannot come back again. No, every single Nigerian position see politics as a complete mafia business. So when you test mafia business, you cannot come back. So you cannot even ask for the freedom of your family, talk less of the freedom of the nation or your land. So that is what the people are suffering. Any mafia, any person that is in mafia business, he can only bring you into that mafia business for you to get that evil and corrupt money just like him. But if you are telling him what you can plan to do this, just like a person who's doing drug business, he cannot, if you come to him, he can only buy you expensive food, buy you expensive drink, or clothes, but he cannot give you that money. He can only introduce you into that evil business so that you come and do it with him and to make money. But if you think, and why is he doing that? He's doing those things to lure you into that business. But let him give you, tell him, I want to go and do, please, I want to go and do a legitimate business. Can he help you to? He will look at he will look as a fool, because he not even believe that somebody can do that legit business and succeed. They accept that kind of one that drop like this thing. So that is what is going on in Nigeria. That is why they cannot work within Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu is coming to talk about the freedom of every Biafran, freedom of every indigenous Nigeria, freedom of the Africa, freedom on every single being that is in Africa to be free from the evil hand of the colonial and the pro-colonial, that is for Nigerian African politicians and Nigerian politics. So they will not listen to him. They will, all those ones in America, the ones, most of them went to America by the corrupt money. Most of them went to America because of their family in politics. Most of them went to America because of, so when you go there and you start telling them, let them come organize themselves to come and fight for your freedom, majority of them will not listen to you, because they have saw their hand one way or the other. They will not come and tell you. Because you cannot tell me that somebody who have come to America and see how things are working, and he will come back to his community and see that those people are not free, and he cannot make sure to think what he can do to free them from those evil governments. Wouldn't now they can come and tell them, they start seeing him as somebody who have come to beg them money or who want to steal. Because every Nigerian, when you tell them something that will profit them, they will start thinking that it's a scam, because scam is what they have known Nigerian for. So everybody, when you tell them something, they will look at you. It happens to every single Nigerian, both me. There's somebody, when somebody will call me, I will look at him, I don't know. And just like example, one of guy just called me here yesterday. He was telling me about one insurance, this, that. I tell him, okay, no problem, I will investigate. And then what they're doing here. I said, I will investigate. I cannot tell him yes or no. What he's saying might be true. What he's saying might be scam. Because our people are known with scam. The mind have been polluted with scam. So your brother can be telling you the truth. You don't even know when your brother is dishonest with you or when your brother is lying. It's just like when we are still in this business of Nigeria, sort of thing. Sometimes you will send the contract to Nigeria. When that thing will come out, you don't know if that thing is stolen from the agent. You don't know if that thing is stolen from custom. You will not know where those things got lost, because the agent might be honest. And they don't know. So everything concerning Nigeria is because of evil. So for us, that is doubt of each other have been planted upon every single person that come out from that country, even in the Biafra land. So when your brother is calling you and telling you something, you will not buy it immediately, because you don't know if he's trying to come to scam you. So sometimes when I look at those people that refuse Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from the day one, I cannot blame them other, because they don't know Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So before it takes you time to convince people with what you're telling them, because the country, all of us have been polluted from that evil contraction. So that is why what we are suffering today. You see, what we are suffering today is the first thing that they happened to that country was polluted everybody's mind. Everybody is looking for how he must survive. If you are telling him, if he see choose, maybe choose you as you are here now, you say, because you are in Europe and because you are in abroad and things are okay for you. You don't even know what you are going through where you are. So you have already think that you are better than him. And that is why you don't want him to be better. Even your family people, some of them, when they want to come, you say, no, stay, don't try to look for this. Look, this is what you will do. You say, okay, if you say that place you are is not good, come back home. come back home. If that place is not good, come back home. So you tell him this is what he would do, or maybe this is the way you do that. He will not suffer or go through what I have gone through. He will not listen to you because the mind has been polluted. So what we are suffering in this agitation and fighting for our freedom today is because the system was rotten, totally rotten. So you don't even know when your brother is honest. You don't even know when your brother is lying. So that is what happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That time he went to America and he was talking to our people there. Some get repented and they are still doing something today. There's those wonder who cannot get repented till tomorrow, because those ones are the evil-minded people who don't even care for another person, who don't even care for the freedom. They are okay with being in America and getting whatever they want. For them, they have been to heaven. So that being that America is the highest thing they have seen in their life. So whatever that is happening in Biafra land is not their problem. And it is in every part of our people here. Some you will tell them, you say, yeah, he's okay here. If he die, bury him here. He don't care. So many of them are like that. So, but what will happen is that, just as you said, the Biafra land must be defended. We cannot, because of some people are stupid and we go back. Any little one who can add and contribute, we do it. They say the little drop of water can make a mighty ocean. So it doesn't matter the little one you have. If you have 1,000 naira, 500 naira, they like those who are in a homeland, contribute it. It adds something. If you can contribute something and bring a plate of food for those men that is wearing the uniform in Biafra land, is all part of it. If you can bring something to give one of them one plate of meal, is part of the contribution. That is what we are calling to come. Let everybody come. That message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is even now that is more important. For me, now it is the beginning again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that very conclusion. My beloved sister Ojugo, give us your remark as we round up.
Okay. Nnamdi Kanu, like I always said, his word is always new in our heart. Always new in our heart. Well, Soludo, like our brother Craig said, well, somebody is a professor. We expect the person to be in the university, making researches that will bring change. But Soludo turned differently. And if you check most of the governors that we have, they are governors that have a problem with the government for corruption. Instead of them to stand the trial, to face the crime they committed, they will agree to stop the felonies against their people. And that's what happened to Soludo. Not just Soludo, even the current governor of Enugu State. When they brought out his certification, Uzodimba, everybody knows, sentenced to death. Now he's a governor. So all of them. Look at the one, they retire in as a senator. That's where they have their retirement.
Yeah.
They work they go to Senate and retire. That is their last base. The one from Abia State, I think it was the former governor of Abia State that is in the Senate House now, that Tinubu said Tinubu is not happy with Abia State. And so he came back to Abia, that Abia will go to APC. Do you see those things? Why, who does not? I don't think anybody in Nigeria, unless a baby, that does not know that APC is a Fulani party, a party they form to use to conquer Nigeria. And that old fool that is looking so haggard, look at himself. Very looking old, they're supposed to fully retire. I wonder how much, and so does it mean that they have not invested? Because if you're smart, there is a point in life you say, I'm done with this. You retire, fully retire out of politics. Or is there something that they sign that as soon as, people, all this Nigerian movie, that when they enter what they call secret society, you will remain there. Anytime you want to pull out, they will kill you. Maybe that's what they sign when they're going into this politics, that they want to remain there until they die. Instead of, invest and then retire fully, get a hell out. That old man came back and openly opened his dirty mouth, thinking mouth, saying the neighbor is not happy with Abia State. And they have to do everything. That's how they come back. Come with foolish youth that will dance to 10,000 naira and 20,000 naira they will give them. And they will hand them over gun to go and disrupt their state. See all these things. Sabo everywhere. And these people that name themselves and call themselves up, they are the ones that are messing up even our youth. Giving them chicken change and they're falling for it. They're falling for it. Biafra has come to be. And it's not, if it was human making, everything that human makes, there will be a point it will die away, husband. But this is called own control. So it will never die away. Rather, that Bongo Nigeria will die away because it was human made. People praying, like Nnamdi Kanu said, God bless Nigeria. Which in Nigeria is a blessing? What Uyibo put together? Uyibo man. That's how foolish we are, worshipping all these men on a white skin, feeling that they're superior than us. No. Meet them in the classroom. You see that you smatter them out. You smatter them out in the classroom. I schooled here in the US. So you don't it just Nigeria will fade away. It will. It will. If you watch anything human being makes, God say co-creators. But what God, look at all the natural things, they will never go away. But whatever man make with hand will go away. Nigeria, Bongo will go away. If it's Galena TV, says Bongo. It will go away. It's human made. So, please, if you know that man that have a box of Nigerian money, tell him to gather that money. Today is fundraising. Gather more of it and donate it to save his own state. I didn't say state, my state. His own state, so that more people would not be kidnapped. Soludo, back to him. He got it as a governor, which a man asked him to do. Fulani man, he agreed. A professor. A professor who called himself a professor. Our people are just good in the classroom and speaking good English. And then he picked up that Absoludo was among the first person that visited Nandakalo. Fake. Soludo was one who said, give me Nandakal, I will shut in Nandakal. Even if it means to live in the government house, to kill him there. It's the same Soludo. Soludo is among the people who voted that Nnamdi Kanu will not be released.
Of course.
The same human being. Chameleons. Soludo was on the pulpit educating people, talking about this Biafra. The same Soludo person. He was talking positively about the coming of Biafra. The same Soludo. You see, chameleons, the horrible chameleons, terrible one. They brainwash people's head like no man business, and people are falling for them. If they've decided they would die, because that's what happened, like our brother said. When you get addicted to something, it's only by the special grace of God that you get yourself out of it. Most of the time, people die in that addiction. That addiction will kill them. So, political money is addictive. The same as drug is addictive. That's why they never retire. That bag of million that is breathing in your account every time you see it, it is landed. Boom, 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 boom. For doing no work, go to Senate, you sit for 30 minutes, you get the allowance. Addiction. And they will all die in that addiction, because I don't see any of them repenting out of it. I don't even know what gave Obiano that grace itself to run to America. Or maybe he's still at the backyard, maybe trying to secure himself and then come back again and join the Senate. We'll see. My brother, we'll continue to talk, we'll continue to pray, we'll continue to be in solidarity with the Martin Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. And the surrogate, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, will continue to be with you. Hold that mantle that is given to you. Protect it. The order said, protect it. And you know what it means to be a surrogate. That child that you're carrying, carry that child. You don't drink alcohol. You don't drink anything, so that you don't destroy the child that you're carrying. Protect that child you're carrying with everything you got. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your contribution on today's program. I appreciate my beloved brother Greg also for your contributions. Fellow Biafrans, remember today we have fundraising, so we have to go and prepare for the fundraising so that we can meet again. 7 p.m. Biafran time. Please, wherever you are, make sure you are available. No matter how little, it will go a long way to save life. It will go a long way to save life. Will it be better you paying ransom to the kidnappers than for you paying to the defense of your land? If you don't want to pay ransom to kidnappers, you better pay your money to the Liberation Army of Biafra so that they can be able to protect you. Support your own government. That is the best thing to do. That is the only way to make sure that you are not kidnapped and you don't pay the ransom to the kidnappers. And you know, when you are contributing towards the government of Biafra, it is not by force. It is not huge. Little, no matter how little you have, you make contribution. But when the kidnappers get you, they charge you in billions, in millions. Then people will be running around on how to pay. Defend your land today. 7 p.m. Biafran time. Make sure you are there and be part of that very program. I thank you all for being part of this program today. May Chukwu come and protect every Biafran. May Chukwu come and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. May Chukwu come and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu come and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you during the fundraising. Stay blessed and be there.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots are them. Secret 7 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I thought that day. Remember when me tell you say I thought that day. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a prospero. Would you put like a papa nuku? But then they were boniro. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi samiro. Me tell you what I day. For we just follow the rest of man. I tell you what I do. Me know back and forth. Me tell them heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together. No retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans, and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front. Without food, without guns. For our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart. Forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation. And the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation.
We play in our history that the death of our people is the
history, no going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bomb, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Raise the flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in our eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still dey strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity we go